stop the inevitable conclusion. We need to change direction. So in this talk, sometimes people say, Tim, you're a little bit too negative. And I'm like, I'm trying to be as positive as I can be. We are in a very dire situation. And it's not just me, not just some fringe voice saying that. There was a report that came out of the Prime Minister's office last year. It's called The Future Lives Social Mobility in Question. And now what social mobility is, if you are a young person and you work hard and you make good financial decisions, can you improve your lot in life? So if you grew up poor, by working hard, can you become middle class? And if you're middle class, can you improve to become upper class? Well, the Prime Minister's office did a report, and what they found that in Canada, that's just about impossible for any of our young people to have social mobility. Some highlights from the report. People may start to hunt, fish, and forage on public lands and waterways without reference to regulations. And the reason they're doing that is because they can't afford the food in the grocery stores. These comments are all based on what they see life in Canada in 2040, so 15 very short years away. I know people right now who hunt and forage for food because they can't afford food in the grocery store. In 2040, owning a home is not a realistic goal for many. Most new homeowners get help from family members. Once again, this isn't just from 2040, this is 2025 for so many of our young people. It used to be when I was young, you'd go to university, get a degree, you'd have a really good job and your life would be set. Well, now for young people, the mom and the dad both need to have college degrees, they both need to be working really hard, and even then, they can't make ends meet. In 2040, people see inheritance as the only reliable way to get ahead. So the only chance young people have of improving their lives is when your parents die and they transfer that family generational wealth down to you. Family background, especially owning property, divides the haves from the have-nots. So if your family isn't wealthy, you will never ever be wealthy in Canada in 2040. And that's not my opinion, that's the Privy Council, the Prime Minister's office. Also in 2023, there was a secret RCMP report that was linked that warns Canadians may revolt once they realize how broke they are. The police did a report. What are the biggest security concerns for the RCMP as Canada moves forward? And the number one was that when Canadians realize how badly they've been mismanaged, what dire straits the country is in, they're going to revolt. And then this was another report in the Globe and Mail earlier this spring. Prepare for a decade of thrift and lower living standards.